Hey yo, this is Rashid Nori back at you again with another one from King's Court. Queens are raised and kings are born. Today, I want to address the winning choices. Yes, the winning choices that ladies have reason for in their choices of men today. With that being, we know and understand that the woman is meticulous in the sense she remembers just about everything that has a significance in business, more specifically. Granted, in relationships too. Y'all pretty much remember a lot of things that are just little stuff that we won't remember. But at the fact of being so meticulous that you could pretty much make a business run by itself because you see the long haul and in some cases the short haul, the long run, the long leg. Y'all can see ahead of time. Y'all can see the future things to be in that said business. Now, with that being, she chooses the valued man today. The future is the long leg, the long haul. And with that being, and we know and understand that the new future, the new world order, the new technological world order is going to mean that you will have to have some sort of wealth that is residual. So, yes, she looks for this man who is valued, who has a future, who is going to be legitimately rolling smoothly in the future, in the years to come. So, with that being, she assets herself. In a sense, she is competitive with other women in makeup, fashion, and sometimes the BBW. Well, the BBL, I mean. You know what I mean. So, in that, we have today the modern woman who looks for a man who's making at least 80 to 100,000 a year, if not monthly in some cases. Granted, she in turns builds herself up in some way, shape, or form. And funny enough, it's destructive in some cases, like with OnlyFans and all these other pornography and things of that sort, where she's pretty much selling her soul to the highest bidder, being flown out and things of that sort. But nevertheless, I want to talk about the woman who has high value for the value man. So in her actions of seeking wealth for herself, she finds a way to begin going to school and getting higher education so that she can get more money, so that she can become more valued herself. Going back to the fact of being competitive with a man. But nevertheless, she still, in turn, she sees the future. She sees the long haul. She sees the long leg. And so she knows and understands that it's going to be necessary for her to have wealth and that her counterpartner have wealth. So she looks for the valued man. But in fact, if she is looking for the valued man who has spent his entire adult life figuring out how to become a better, more prudent, more factual man in this society, then for surely when he gets there, he is not looking to maintain or hold on to a value woman. See, he is not looking for a value woman because the value woman has now taken on the nature of himself. She has become a little more aggressive, a little more daring, a little more smartass in a sense, where she'll try to use her intellect to play on your intellect and things of this sort. But nevertheless, she is not the gamer that you are, so she will fail unless she just finds herself one of those individuals who are soft talked, soft hearted, and just really don't want to intertwine with her or really shut her down. He likes to have peace as best he can. He doesn't want to shut her down, as I said before. He doesn't want to engage her in the foolishness that she may be entangling him with. But nevertheless, men, you have to, absolutely have to, be on your P's and Q's. You have to stay on your cube in order to maintain and keep her in, I hate to use this word, but it's in fact necessary, in check. Because she will try your intellect, she will try your heart, she will try your spirit, she will try your every being. But you have to let her know that you are on your cube at all costs. Because of the fact of the matter is, you will lose her. And that's truth. You will lose her if you're not on your P's and Q's at all times. She will start to look at you and feel as though you are less than her. Yes, the modern woman will begin to feel like you are less than her if you're not on your P's and Q's. So you have to stay sharp. You have to stay quick witted. You have to stay in understanding and clarity of all things around you, more specifically in your business. Now, with that being, the woman is looking for this future man. We are now looking for the traditional woman. Now, there's a contrast there, conflict of interest in the case, because the woman doesn't want to give up her helm that she has acquired in time, and a man is not willing to accept her being masculine, to hold on to her helm. He wants her to become or to revert back to her femininity, her nurturing ways, her docile speech, her intellectual mind that is incorporated with yours, not overshadowing, not battling, not trying to fight for the, the ultimate control. Because they believe that we are people who want to control. No, men don't want to control. We merely want to protect you from your own devices. Simply put, sisters, when you are left to your own devices, in most cases, you'll find yourself in dire straits. Now, I mean, you may be successful in business, you may be having all sorts of educational backgrounds and so forth and so on, but when it comes down to it, your mere soul is being tampered with every single day of your life because you're not living as yourself. This is a spiritual fact. You're trying to compete with men in the sexual game, thinking that it's okay to do what we do. Well, no, we are innately created to spread our seed far and wide to keep the creation at best. You are to once a year bear a child with someone that you love, respect, and honor. Granted, you can lose that if you don't understand the significance of men and women. See, a lot of y'all just don't bother to get to understand what is truly a makeup of a man. You're so busy trying to force your own idealizations onto that man that you don't grasp hold of the true facts of that man. All men aren't the same, but all men are created equal. That is a fact given. Every last single man is created with three things. The first being that he knows and understands that there's only one God that has the right to be worshipped. There's no way in form that you can get him to believe other than that, except for being psychologically duped by some of the things that we have been fallen to in our slavehood. The second thing is that he's hearty, that he desires to achieve, that he goes on his desires to make better, to build, to do things with his strength, to show his ability, to show his mind state. And then last but not least, he wants to be able to hold firmly to his women. controlling the atmosphere, protecting them from themselves, and so forth and so on. There's many things that are encompassed with a man's activities in this life. See, we are the society builders. We are the house maintainers. We are the ones who make everything come to fruition, come into existence by the created things, of course, because we're not creators, we're procreators of that which is created, simply put. But when it comes down to the bottom line of it all, men are not controllers of you. We are simply reminders that you have a fault in your makeup, and that being your emotions. Your emotions begin to drive you to make bad decisions when those emotions are heightened. Not when you're calm and collective. You can ascertain something as being wrongful or right. But when you're angered, your emotions take complete control and you change completely from the person that you originally are. And you become smited by that devil, the very devil that caused Eve to bite that pomegranate, that fruit of knowledge. So, with that being, we know and understand that this is something that is dire within you. So, we have to protect you from yourself because we can see it and you can't. See, you ever heard about being on the outside of the window? You can look in, you can see everything in the house. So, that's just how it is. We see it happening. We try to minimize the actions behind it. You just only need to be willing to listen to us, to take in account that we only speak to help you become better. See, there's a difference in being a girl, a woman, and then a queen. A queen has now mastered herself, mastered her emotions. She has now turned her emotions as a strength now, not a weakness. Because it is indeed your greatest strength when controlled. It's one of the other reasons why when you walk into a room, you automatically know something ain't right or it's going to be a good atmosphere. Hence the reason, back to what I said in the beginning, you can see things in the long run. Intuitiveness, when you get in touch with your intuitiveness, when you get in touch with that God has given you from your emotions, when you are able to heighten that, there's nothing that can stop you and your man. King and queenhood is yours for surely. We are a device that interlocks to a force that can never be broken. You just have to try to work with a man instead of against him all the time, thinking that we are against you, that we don't like you, that we're misogynists. No, we love our women. We worship our women when you are being a woman. When you're acting out, you're being ratchet, you're being what, like I've heard, hyena. These hyena women today is crazy, man. Sisters, y'all need to start checking y'all young sisters. Your daughters, check them. Keep them from making the bad decisions, the worst things that come out their mouth. You need to start being able to stop being their friend. You're not their friend until they understand you as their parent, as their guider, as their reminder of the ignorance that you was upon. We have to step up. We have to be more conducive with our children. Now, going back to the fact that men are the creators of business. But today we are looking for the traditional woman. We want that traditional woman. We want the woman whom is fit, friendly, and feminine. She'll grant us peace, prosperity, and an abundance of love and attention. This is what we want. We want peace. We want to be able to cohabitate with you. We want to be able to show you the love that we have more than just us giving our life for you. See, there's a difference in their understanding of, love between men and women. See, women, you love with your heart. You love with your emotions. You show your love through your emotions. We are totally opposite. Our love is shown by our protection of you. We will give our life for you. That's how we show our you love. Now, if a man walk away from you, surely he don't love you. But if a man pull you away from a bad situation, if he get in the way of a bullet or a knife, he is indeed in love with you. But don't think just because he may have stepped out and visited another pussy hole that he doesn't love you. No. See, you got to stop thinking on your level of love. We can love you omnipotently, give our life for you. And from time to time, we might go out and step out and get some pussy from somewhere else. But yet, and still, doesn't take away from what we love, what we truly love. That's the woman that's at home, that's giving us that nurturing love. But when that nurturing love is taken away, sister, you got to know that a man is going to seek it somewhere else. So you have to learn to retain. You absolutely have to learn to retain that man that you love and respect. And the man will stay. Listen, we're not ones to just quit unless you just ratchet outright crazy and foolish and causing nothing but havoc in our lives. Yeah, no, we'll stick and stay. We'll even deal with some of the toxic traits that you have if you are incorporated with some of the most beautiful things that we love. But that's the biggest problem is we have to take hold of the differences. You are a woman. I am a man. We together build a bond that's unbreakable. But you have to truly understand everything about yourself. See, one of the biggest issues that I feel that all of us have, we don't bother to want to know. See, there's a lot that has been lost since we've been enslaved. It's a lot, a whole lot. So it's time to start waking up and waking yourself up with knowledge. Learn. Listen, I started realizing certain things when I read the book by Steve Harvey. Yeah, you know the book, ladies. Think Like a Man, or what is it called? Act Like a Man, Think Like a Woman, or whatever. Or Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, you understand what I'm talking about. He gave some really good points in there. But the fact of the matter is that we have to embrace the indifferences and stop trying to slide over and think that because this is the way you feel that we supposed to feel that way. Just because we're human. No. We're humanly created different. We're humanly created different. Man, woman. Why you think it's two different titles of attributes of your being? Woman. Man. You got to try to understand the significance of this fact. Men and women are different. So, fellas, know that you have to step up. You have to give your best. Just put your best foot forward. Build your wealth. Get strong in yourself. Stand 10 toes down in your manhood. Stop being soft. Stop being weak. They don't respect that. They can't because they can't see themselves being protected by somebody who they can run. They're just going to play you. So wake up. Ladies, got to be mindful. Even if a man is a little lenient towards you, let him know. Talk. Be honest with him. Look, you're just not manly enough for me. I need somebody that's a little more forthright. Now, granted, ladies, this is something else, and I'm gonna leave it at this. Y'all have it in yourselves to believe that a man is supposed to check you. Granted, we are supposed to check you on things that are harmful to you. But not just every little thing that you want to whimsically bring up, we're supposed to check you on it because you want to try us. Stop trying a man. It's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to try us all the time. You're not supposed to put us through a bunch of bull crap just because you feeling some kind of way about something and you don't know how to talk about it. You got to learn to talk. You got to learn to speak and speak eloquently, not with ignorance, not with your emotions. Calm, collectively, rationally, with something that has some prudence and fact, not opinions. Opinions are 9 times out of 10, any man here, an opinion coming out your mouth, he's going to be like, here we go again. And I'm telling you the truth. Opinions are direly hurtful in conversations. It doesn't make any sense. It's an opinion. It's not built on anything that has facts or that is going to be ramified as something to be beneficial and helpful. It's not. It's an opinion. It really has no place in the conversation unless you're just talking and joshing. Then an opinion is where it's supposed to be. Talking and joshing because it makes no sense. It's supposed to be something that's laughed at. It's supposed to be something that is not taken seriously. It's an opinion. So stop it with the opinions when it comes to things that are beneficial or a conversation that is necessary, especially when it's a necessary conversation in relations to one another. Leave off opinions. They have no place in regular conversation that is a benefit. So with that said, like, share, and definitely subscribe. You got to support me, y'all. I'm great to start doing some bigger things. I'm trying to find some people so I can come on here so we can have discussions. And I'm going to do live thing more and try to make sure that all things that are said are beneficial. This is Rashid Nori with King's Court, where queens are raised and kings are born. I salute to you, my brothers and sisters. Much love. Be peaceful and prosper. And always know that this is your life. One love. Blessings.